From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
You want to go where to buy a new refrigerator? Steve's A to Z Appliance in Cottonwood? In Cottonwood? Just a 10-minute drive. And they'll save us money. New and used, honest, reliable, factory-trained repair service and parts, and they'll save us money. And dispose of this thing? We gotta make the short drive to Steve's A to Z. Thanks, son.
Steve's A to Z Appliance, front and main streets in Cottonwood. Drive a little, save a lot.
Well, don't forget about the free Weather NorCal app. Of course, you can just go to your App Store or your Google Play Store for your Android and search for Weather NorCal. It's a free app, and you can get everything that Weather NorCal offers right from your phone, from the video updates that I do here 3 times a day, 7 days a week, to the neighborhood forecast, to the special programming as well. Be sure to check that out. As I mentioned, is an absolutely free app. Here is a look at Elk Country, just north of Trinidad earlier this morning. Still seeing some of those overcast skies, but we are starting to see some clearing here through the morning and, of course, into the afternoon as well. So what it looked like earlier this morning out towards Lake Oroville in North Forebay. Still a lot of those overcast skies, but that should eventually start to show signs of clearing out here as we go through the afternoon as well. And we take you out to Trinity Center. It looks like we're still seeing some of those low clouds early this morning. We may have a more difficult time clearing out some of those low clouds and fog in some of those mountain valleys, but we should for the most part see a lot of sunshine for most of Northern California. As you can see here, even this morning out at the south entrance of Lassen Volcanic National Park at 6,700 feet. Look at that. Some beautiful blue skies out there this morning. And of course, that'll be the case through the afternoon. We do have a break from the wet weather today. We're finally starting to see that here after a few lingering morning showers for some of us here. But I do expect more rain for Friday and Saturday. Drier and warmer for Sunday into early next week, but then more wet weather. You know, a lot of times we get these dry and warmer spells for a long time, but we're just not seeing that. We're just getting a well-deserved break from the wet weather, essentially, is what we can kind of look at it that way. There's the area of low pressure. And, you know, I actually saw someone mention on social media, I had posted an image much like this. This looks like a gigantic storm, and it is. It's a big storm. See the swirling area of low pressure, a nice little, swath of moisture coming in from the subtropics. And yes, it is a strong storm, but all of the energy associated with this storm is not going to have a huge impact on us. The area of low pressure itself is going to kind of sit and spin here, and we're going to see the energy kind of move off to our north. And a lot of this energy is going to get pushed up to the north as well, because high pressure will be building in as we go into the weekend. And we'll get into that in a little bit more detail, but again, that's not going to pack quite the punch as I think many of you might expect. So let's take a look at that storm system and how it will impact us. So as we go through the afternoon today, we're actually going to start to see a lot of clearing. As I mentioned, we're going to see more sunshine, but once it clears out, then we're going to start to see clouds in advance of that next storm system you just saw over the Pacific. Those high clouds will start to move in, but it's still dry at 5 p.m. today. Then overnight tonight, early tomorrow morning, this is midnight tonight, we're seeing that first push of some moisture coming in. Now, I think everyone is going to see a chance for some light rain, but you can see it's not very heavy. Snow levels will probably be above 6,000 feet, so it won't really have any major impact for your travel. However, you go above 5,000 feet, some of those higher mountain passes, yes, you'll be dealing with some chain requirements again. But look at tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Look where the bulk of the activity is. Off to the north and east, so places like Lassen County, even Plumas County, seeing some of that snow above 5,000 feet. Also the case for Modoc County. But Siskiyou County showers. We're seeing the showers for Del Norte, western Siskiyou County, northern Humboldt, and Trinity County. But look at this, even the valley, not seeing much. Now we could still see some light showers around Redding and Red Bluff. And then as we go into the noon hour, look where the bulk of it is. It's actually pushing even more to the north. That's because, again, high pressure is building in, and what it's doing is it's pushing a lot of that energy up to our north. So we're just not seeing a lot of rainfall south of Del Norte, Siskiyou, and Modoc County. Now we go into Friday at 5 p.m. Even Del Norte, Siskiyou, and Modoc County are drying out. Still some scattered showers, but nothing heavy. And still a lot of cloud cover out there on Friday, but overall, it's dry. And then we go into Saturday. That energy kind of pushes a little bit to the east, so now we're seeing better chances of some overrunning precipitation that'll bring us a chance for showers. But Saturday at noon, Saturday 5 p.m. Yeah, the heavier rainfall I think will be off to the north and west. So Del Norte, Western Siskiyou, Northern Trinity, and Northern Humboldt County as well. But you're not seeing much in the way of rain down to the south and east. And then that will clear out by Sunday. And here's the reason why. All right, so remember, we have been really all week long been looking at this flow right here doing this, heading into central and southern California. That's that atmospheric river, the subtropical moisture, whatever you want to call it, Pineapple Express, right? That has been moving to the south. But as high pressure builds in, what we have is high pressure doing this. Okay, so that's essentially the jet stream. So when you have the ridge of high pressure building in, you take the ridge, you take the axis of that moisture and you tilt it up. So now instead of being pointed towards Southern California, now we're seeing that atmospheric river being pointed toward Oregon and extreme Northern California. And that's why we're seeing the showers on Saturday. But as that high pressure continues to build even stronger going into Sunday and Monday, look what happens with that flow. Now we're seeing that atmospheric river pointed toward Washington and into Canada. And even Oregon is looking at dry conditions. So I'm expecting, because of that moisture being pushed up to the north and high pressure building in, a few things will happen. Number one, we'll dry out. Number two, we're going to warm up. We're going to see a significant warm up. I think in the valley, we could see some low 70s for your daytime highs for Sunday, maybe even into Monday. Then that energy will push eastward, and eventually by Wednesday, Thursday of next week, we'll be looking at more rain in the forecast. And I'm expecting a few other things associated with that. Number one, possibly some lower snow levels. But number two, look at the winds. The winds are going to be picking up. And here's the reason why. You see these lines right here? These are what we call isobars. Each line is an area of equal pressure. So you go low pressure, high pressure. Now, when you start to see these lines really packed tightly, that's an indication that we have what's called a high pressure gradients. And that is a sign of the windy conditions that we'll see associated with that. So that's kind of what we're looking at here for the middle to latter part of next week, is more wet weather, gusty winds, and the potential for some lower snow levels. I think we could even drop down to as low as 4,000 feet by the end of next week, maybe even locally lower. We'll see. We're going a long ways out, but that's just kind of the trend that I'm seeing here at this point. Now remember, we saw that big storm system off over the Pacific Ocean, right? And it looked like it's going to pack quite a punch. But as we look at what that storm is going to do for us, rain-wise, here's through Saturday 5 p.m. Look at the valley. I mean, I think we'll be lucky to get a tenth of an inch of rainfall out of it, maybe a little bit more off to the north and east. And again, the bigger impact, as you can see, is north and west of the valley. So half an inch to an inch in Trinity County. And again, most of it off towards Del Norte County, where we could see another inch, inch and a half, not out of the question. So yeah, that's just kind of what it's looking like here with that storm system. Snow, it's not going to be all that impressive either. We're not going to see a lot of snow. Although this one, you do have to go up pretty high again, mainly above 6,000 feet. The winds today still a little breezy out towards Crescent City, but by tomorrow, as that storm system kind of pushes through, we've got those gusts upwards of over 30 miles per hour, especially in Crescent City. Pretty gusty out towards Eureka as well, and there's central Siskiyou County, the typical spot there. Now the winds should for the most part die down as we take you on into your Saturday, but still a little breezy out along the coast here. But again, these winds really won't make their way down into the valley for either Friday or Saturday for that matter, not to mention off to the east. So your wave heights, they're not going to change a whole lot here for today and going through the day on Friday. You can see, especially heading out to sea, anywhere from about 12 to 13 feet. So here's what it looks like today. And if you watched my morning update, you'll probably see that these temperatures, a lot of these temperatures have changed. I bumped them up by about 2 or 3 degrees because of the anticipated extra sunshine. So as a result, I think we could see some low 60s in the valley today. In the mountains, in the mid to even some upper 40s. For Trinity County, mid 50s. For the inland areas, upper 50s, mid to upper 50s along the coast. Gorgeous day. It's going to be a nice day for most of us. I think some of us, especially some of those mountain valleys, may have a hard time clearing things out entirely. But I do expect to see more sunshine. Now, as we go into Friday, there's that chance for rain. Now, I think we'll be looking at rain for a good portion of the day. Not a lot, but a good portion of the day for Mount Shasta. Alturas, probably kind of seeing it trying to taper off here, especially late in the day on Friday. And then looks like out towards Susanville, mainly in the morning. And then better chances overall for your Saturday, but still nothing heavy. Dries out for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, more showers by the middle of next week. Here's your 7-day outlook for the valley. Again, some morning AM showers. That's also the case for both Redding and Red Bluff. But minus some of the showers we see late tonight for Chico, I think you'll be dry for most of the day on Friday. And then Saturday, maybe that chance for showers. Nothing heavy. Do not look at this and go, oh my gosh, it's going to be super rainy. Nope. It's going to be cloudy, and there'll be some scattered showers, light showers through the day on Saturday, but nothing heavy. And then, of course, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, it dries out. Look at the temperatures, around 70, and it may be even a little bit warmer than that. We'll see. But basically around 70 for Sunday, Monday. Temperature dropping again, and more wet weather for Wednesday of next week. Here's your 7-day outlook for the North Coast. Morning showers. Showers through a good portion of the day for the inland areas. And there you can see it looks like maybe some morning showers, snow level 6,000 feet. Better chances for showers on Saturday. By Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we'll dry things out with more wet weather by the middle of next week.